Well, I'm so excited today to be with Tim Quiggle, the Executive Director for Embrace, who's actually part of our Pathway family, one of our Pathway local partners. And Tim, maybe for people that don't know, tell us a little bit about Embrace, kind of the ministry and just all the different things you guys got going on here.
Absolutely. Number one, we've been in the Wichita area for almost 40 years. But what we know is about 60% of pregnancies here in our county are unplanned. And about half of those end in abortion. Half of that 60% end in abortion. So Embrace exists as a safe place for people to come and learn about the options in a life-affirming, positive way. You know, we just get to love on them and share the truth of Christ with them. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Tim, tell us a little bit about your story, you know, how that you got into ministry and really how you became the executive director.
Well, I was just totally sucker punched into that thing, you know, as God does. It's probably a good thing I didn't know anything about, you know, Pregnancy Crisis Center back then. But the short story of it is, you know, in 2008, Pregnancy Crisis Center was selected as one of 6 centers across the nation to pilot a project on what would happen if we intentionally served men that were, you know, facing pregnancy decisions as well. And so I was selected to come in and start that.
That's great. Yeah. And you've done such a great job, Tim, at just leading here at Embrace. Tim, could you share with us just one story of a person or a family whose life has just been impacted, changed through the ministry of Embrace?
Yesterday, a woman came in. She lives about 40 miles outside of town. Still came in very determined to have an abortion, but yet when they go back in and they do that sonogram and she saw her unborn child, you know, that heart beating on the screen, you know, and just can see her child. Her heart was changed. And so, you know, now she's planning on having a baby, you know, here in, you know, 8 months or so, and a life was saved. So,
that's so awesome. Yeah. And that's, to me, that's what, you know, warms my own heart about what's going on here.
You know, there's some interesting research that's come out in just the last year. We know that women will drive 100, 200, 300 miles to get an abortion. Sometimes they'll even fly, you know, multiple states over. But the likelihood that a mom will come to a place like Embrace really begins to drop after about 5 miles. And we've noticed that with our logistics. You know, that there is just this huge need in the Derby area. There's a lot of great places that it serves our strategic plan goal to love on the people at Oaklawn, the people at McConnell Air Force Base. All of those are within that 5-mile area, but just launching into the Derby area because that's where God's called us to go.
Well, Tim, we actually heard about that need, and last October we announced to our Pathway family that we wanted to do something outrageously generous. And so today I'm here to present you with a $20,000 check for Embrace to be able to launch this new satellite location.
Wow, that is awesome. It's been so cool to watch God just take care of those needs before we even knew, you know, what we were needing. You know, that is so cool. Thank you. Thank you. This is going to be awesome, and you guys are impacting lives.